Based on a screenshot, I could infer that I must have watched, or at least tried watching. I managed it. After at least more than 4 years, I can finally put it off my mind. I know, it sounds a little strange. One could ask, why didn't you watch it 4 years ago? Uh, it was bad. Now, I must admit that I just continued where I left off 4 years ago, meaning that my memory of the beginning is quite hazy. Still, I'm not going back to check on it. I truly have enough of it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember that it starts with the male protagonist finding an egg. Spoiler alert, it's a dragon. Spoiler alert, this dragon thingy becomes his love interest.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
Here I'm only going to focus on 4 characters. 2 of which being the ones I mentioned before. But do keep in mind that my anime list considers this to be a harem, meaning that there are many more of these characters. Female MC Ryuji, Ryogi, Yogi Bear. A typical, the typical nice guy with a oh so terrible encounter in the past. Not really. One of the only things I like about him, and even though I'm not fond of his pairing, is that he has only eyes for the female main character. The female main character, Rose, she is like that one character from Arrested Development, which Michael Bluth didn't marry. Yeah, no further exposition on that. Eriko, go go go! I like that. I I like that, at least from episode 4 onwards. Since I don't remember the earlier episodes, there doesn't seem to be any romance between her and the male main character. Respect, Japan! Respect! Misaki. Misaki. The girl I rooted for. We watch her all this time. Me waiting to see her succeed. Started questioning the motivation of love she has for the main character. What? He helped you up when you stumbled and fell to the floor? Cool. I see now why you love him. There are 4 voices of note. We have Zafi. I don't know if characters like this one have a specific archetype, but the character not only has similarities in design to Satoko from When They Cry, Higurashi, but especially the VA, Kato Emiri, seems to imitate the mannerisms that Satoko emits. It's like someone really went to the animation team and said, "See that girl? Copy and paste it." Nonetheless, my feelings on this do not, or rather aren't meant to take away from the acting. Quite the opposite, I really like it. Also, looking the VA up, I noticed, oh, a big shot. Because I didn't even recognize that it was Mayoi Hachikuchi all along. And funnily enough, the character of Safi, her partner Onyx, is voiced by the VA of Araragi Koyomi, Kamiya Hiroshi. So that's pretty cool. Lastly, I want to mention Misaki and Rose, which are voiced by Nigo Mayako and Kugimiya Rie. I mean, just look at the roster of characters from the latter one I mentioned. I'm sure you recognize at least one of the characters she voiced. In these roles, however, both of them constantly sound like those squeaky rubber dog toys. I wanna puke, but I'm holding off. I like what the VAs do with their voices. I like what the VAs do with their voices. Sure, but I don't like to see it on characters like these, especially if they are supposed to be romantic. The OST, forgettable, so forget about it. The opening and the ending, classics, comparable to Vivaldi, Richard Wagner, and Mozart. Irony aside, I do like the opening and the ending. We've arrived. We've arrived. This is the end. My enjoyment? I'm happy that it's over. Recommendation tendency? I'd say this isn't necessarily for someone who likes fantasy. Not even romance or harems. But rather for someone who just likes dragon girls, dragon man, and cat girl. What is an anime you are dragging or have been holding off on watching? Like, not in a positive way, because of high expectations and hype, but truly just because you know it is so bad. Write it down in the comment section. I wouldn't say I do it, but I might just watch them on your behalf.